Hey guys, so I'm actually in my comfy recliner chair with my 20-year-old comfy cozy blanket because I'm doing a book haul, and technically most of the books were down here in the living room instead of upstairs in my filming room. So I figured instead of lugging all those books up and back down, I figured I would do half the haul down here and half the haul upstairs. Plus it's comfy and it's cozy. So yeah, why not get comfortable, right? So get comfortable. We're going to do a book haul, a pretty big book haul if I'm being honest. A lot are review books, which I actually did forget one, but thankfully it's right there. But a lot of books that I got for review. So we're going to talk about all the ones that I got. I never request any books or accept any books that I really don't want to read. So these are all ones that I'm super excited about. So the first one is actually a gift from one of you guys. So one of my subscribers, David, sent this giant box set of Sherlock Holmes, and I haven't even opened it. So we're going to open it on camera and check them out. I'm actually planning on, spoiler alert, reading one of these in not this week's videos, but next week. It was going to be this week, but unfortunately had to move some videos around. So, because I didn't quite finish reading for that vlog yet. But I'm really excited. If I can get this open, probably not. There we go. All right, so I'm very excited because I was actually planning on purchasing Sherlock Holmes. It was at like one of those home stores. They had a beautiful copy, and I thought it was the complete collection. It was not. It was like, you know, the 4 novels. You know, it did not include like the short stories and stuff, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted the whole collection. So I felt the Lord saying, wait. And not even a month later, David sent over the entire Sherlock Holmes collection that was on my wish list, which honestly, I never thought that I was going to get gifted this. But so very thankful that I am actually able to have these copies and be able to read them off, because I really want to read these physically. Oh, they're gorgeous. Wow, they are beautiful. Okay, so they are only gold foil. There's like no, like, but that is gorgeous. Wow, that is absolutely stunning. I love that. That's gorgeous. So that is his last bow. Then we have the Return of Sherlock Holmes. I love these. These are gorgeous. The Hound. I just turned on my chair. Yes, it's really cool, isn't it? That was just a speaker that I accidentally turned on my chair. Then I have The Hound of the Baskervilles and The Valley of Fear. I love this orange color. It's one of my favorite colors to wear in clothing. Then I have The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. Love this gorgeous. I'm not a huge red fan, but this is the kind of red I like that off, like orangey red. I don't like pure red. Orangey red though I like. And then we have The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and then we have A Study in Scarlet and The Sign of the Forest. So I believe that's everything as far as like all the stories. Let me know if there's one missing. I know a couple of my friends will know if one's missing, because I know they've read like almost all of them. So, but they're gorgeous and they look really beautiful together. And yes, oh, I can't wait. So I'm actually starting with The Hound of the Baskervilles this coming week. So I'm really excited to be reading those. Let me see if I can actually put them back in the slipcase. They're probably gonna stay down here because I have a very small bookshelf down here, and I'm gonna make room and put them there, kind of to like read them, you know. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna put these back. There we go. I don't know why I could not put them back. They're kind of tight, which is a good thing. That way, you know, they won't be accidentally slipping out or anything. But these are gorgeous covers. Thank you again so much, David, for sending these to me. I love them. Oh, I can't wait to read them. Because these have been on my list for a while to read. And my dad like last year got back into watching the TV series with Basil Rathbone. So yes, I'm excited. Okay, we're gonna put those there for now. And then there is one over here that I totally forgot about, so I'm glad that I was down here actually. But I got Shannon Sue Dunlap's new book, Hearts Away, and I think I posted this on Instagram that I got a copy, but I am so excited because I love Shannon. And when she texted me, she was like, do you want a copy of Hearts Away, which is the sequel to Love Overboard? And I was like, are you kidding me? Like 100%, because I have been really needing just some lighthearted, funny, romantic type stories, and so this is perfect. I started it. I have not continued it though. So this month I will be hopefully finishing it in May, because I really want to read this one, and I just love the I love older protagonists, because I kind of feel like they could be antagonists too, especially when like they get, get in everybody's business and stuff. But just these older generation ladies just have my heart, and I can't wait to see what happens in this book. So yes, very, very excited, but can't tell you much about it, but just these older generation ladies, I think they're all, yeah, they're septuagenarian, but they're matchmakers on this cruise ship. And I wish I could wait to read this whenever I go on my next cruise, because like this is the perfect beach read, cruise read. But it is May, it is getting closer to summertime, so this will be perfect to read during May. So yeah, so I got that one. Then I think the rest are from Baker Publishing. So I got quite a few new releases that I'm excited to read. I'm kind of behind in new releases just because of all the stuff that was going on in the past couple months. So I have not read any of these, but I am excited for all of them, obviously. So let's go ahead and check them out. So I got the last book in the Fog Harbor series by Nicole Deese, which is The Voice We Find, which I'm really excited to finish off the series, knock off another series. A lot of these actually are gonna finish up series. So I'm really excited about that, because if you don't know me, finishing series isn't one of my stronger points. But this year I'm actually doing a ton better. So The Voice We Find, this is about, I know they're not really connected in any way. So this is about Sophie. She returns home to California with nothing more than a failed Broadway career and a geriatric cat. Stuck working at the family winery with her egotistical brother and desperate for a way to revive her acting dreams, she takes a side gig as an audiobook narrator with Fog Harbor Books. But getting mixed up in the life of her reluctant sound engineer was never a part of her plans. So that's really interesting. I don't think I've ever read a book about an audiobook narrator. And you know what? I think the audiobook became available at the library. So I'm going to put in a request and see if I can read it along with the book, because I just think reading or listening to a character that's about an audiobook narrator, I think that's really cool. So I think the audiobook would be really, really fun too. And I can go ahead and talk about that as well. All right, then we have, which I think I got this one by accident by Baker Publishing. Sometimes that happens, but I'm not mad about it, because I do want to read more of her books. But I don't think I've read book 1. So I'm like, I'm going to have to read book 1 before I read book 2. But this is called Two Seconds Too Late by Danny Petrie, which I do love Danny Petrie, and it's book 2 in Jeopardy Falls. So I don't know exactly what I can tell you about this book. Just says it's set in northern New Mexico, and it's at a couples retreat at a luxury resort. It turns into a chilling nightmare when a woman vanishes. Okay. That sounds really good. So just that little part sounds really good. So I'm excited about this one. Ooh, and I love the cover. Cover's intriguing for sure. And honestly, it does look like a woman is slightly vanishing in the distance. Pretty cool. All right, then I got the last book again, which is great. I love getting last book in series to finish things off. We have A Wager with the Matchmaker by Jody Hedlund. This is book 3 in a Shanahan match. Book 2 was one of my favorite books of last year. It was amazing. And so I have high hopes for this one. Book 1, it was okay. But book 2 had one of the best couples ever. So I'm really hoping this one's good. And this one is about the brother in the first 2 books. He's kind of sprinkled throughout, not too much, but so he's in it. So I'm really excited to see what happens with him, and of course matchmakers and stuff. Then I have Jen Turano's new book, which is going to be another palette cleansing fun time. This is A Lesson in Propriety, which is book 1 in Merriweather Academy for Young Ladies by Jen Turano. And this is about a girl whose father has passed away and her fortune is stolen, and her fiance cast her aside. So she ends up purchasing, or opening a finishing school and supposedly a haunted castle she inherited from an eccentric aunt. And her plan is immediately threatened by developers who claim the estate for themselves by any means necessary. So I have a feeling this one's going to be really, really good. I love Jen Turano. Her books are amazing, and I've only read a handful of her books, maybe only 3, honestly. I do really want to read more of hers because she has such a huge backlist, but I am really excited to pick this one up because I know it's going to be a good time. It's going to be good banter in her books, so I'm really excited for that one. Then I have, which I'm really excited about, I just got that one and this one in the mail yesterday. Yes, yesterday. And it is Every Hour Until Then by Gabriel Meyer. This is the new release. Both of the last 2 that I mentioned, they don't even come out until the end of this month, I think. Don't quote me though. It could be sooner than that. But this is book 5 in her Timeless series. It's very rare. I actually found out it's very rare, especially for Baker Publishing. I don't know if any other publishers do this or not, but to have a series go past 3 books, it is very rare. And I'm sure they had to be really popular in order to get or able to be more than 3 books. So this is book 5. I know she's working on book 6 right now that's releasing. So I don't know how many books she's actually planning on releasing or not, but this is book 5. And let me tell you, when I heard what it was about, I immediately said, yes, this is probably going to be one of my favorite ones. So this one, the only thing I know about it is it's set during World War II in Washington, D.C., as well as Victorian England, right? Yeah, Victorian era London. And the woman in this book, she finds out that her sister in one of the timelines is going to be the last victim of Jack the Ripper. Say less, say less. I am really excited and I'm like, is this going to be more of a mystery solving one? I am super duper excited for this one. Like, you have no idea. This is going to be really exciting. Can you tell I'm excited? It's going to be exciting, and I can't wait to read that one. Okay, I have one last stack of books. Let me see if I can switch them around a little bit here. See if I can move stuff around. Put these back over there. I'm glad I have a little tiny table. I had to move some stuff off the table, but it's nice to have a little table. All right, so then I have a couple more books. Yes, a couple more. I don't think I talked about these in a book haul video. I don't think so because it's been a couple months since I've done a book haul video. So the next one is Capture the Moment by Suzanne Fischer. This is about a woman who named Kate, and she is a zoo photographer, and now National Geographic has it dangled an irresistible prize. If Kate can snag a unique photo of a legendary bear in Grand Teton National Park, they just might publish it. It's the kind of challenge Kate has been waiting for, and she's eager to prove herself in the wild. So really, really cool. I don't know if there's going to be a mystery. I don't think there is. But there's a man named Grant Cooper, and his tracking skills are, I guess, the best, better than anyone. But his motives are far from innocent. So I'm really excited to pick this one up because growing up, that was actually one of my dream jobs, was to be a wildlife photographer for National Geographic. Never got there, but I did love wildlife photography, and I still do. When I get the chance, I will go ahead and so really, really, I'm excited about that one. All right, then I forgot to make room for the other books. I have Anne H. Gabbart's new book called The Pursuit of Elena Bradford. And this is like is it arranged marriage or no? At 22, she's never met a man who made her consider marriage. But when her father passes away and leaves the family deeply in debt, Elena becomes their only hope. Her mother uses their last funds to take Elena and her younger sister to Graham Springs, Kentucky, where people find healing by drinking the mineral spring water and healthy recreation through the many daily activities, including dances almost every evening. As her mother schemes to find Elena a wealthy husband, Elena finds herself drawn to 2 men her mother would never consider. Charming artist Kirby Fraser spends his days drawing and painting the guests, but his real mission is to find a wealthy bride to finance his dream to go west. Melancholy Andrew Harper has come to Graham Springs in need of healing after a broken heart. When a beautiful young lady shows up at the Springs with no chaperone and a story that seems suspicious, nearly everyone is charmed and intrigued. So, sounds really good. I do really love her books. I've read 2, I think, so far by her, and I enjoyed both of them. Then I think this was another happy accident that I got from Baker Publishing. This is Land of Dreams by Lorraine Snowelling, and I don't think I requested this one. I could be wrong, though. I could have. And with Kirsty Guron. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. This is book 1 in Home to Green Creek series. And this is set on a ship to America where a Norwegian immigrant, Amalia, makes a solemn promise to a dying mother, vowing to watch over her 5-year-old daughter, Ruth. Together, Amalia and Ruth trek to Iowa to claim the farm and former boarding house that Ruth has inherited. Despite opposition from a difficult cousin, struggling with an empty house and scarce resources, Amalia resolves to return the boarding house to its former purpose, aided by the kindness of strangers and the resilient spirit of her young charge. Sounds really good. So, yeah, I'm excited. Sometimes the happy accidents end up being like really good books. So I'm like, because I try not to request all the books because there are just so many, so like I don't want to request everything, even though I do request probably like 80% of the books that come out every quarter. So that doesn't help. But sometimes the happy accidents ends up being really good. So then I have An Unexpected Grace by Tracy Peterson and Kimberly Woodhouse, two of my book author besties. I love them. And this is the last book in the Jewels of Calaspil. I don't know if I'm ever pronouncing that right. So I think these are kind of interconnected standalones. This is about Parker, who returns home after a decade with a traveling troupe to perform a play based on Uncle Tom's Cabin at the Calaspil Opera House. Parker has relished his life on the road, but being home awakens long-buried emotions when he encounters his first love, Johanna St. John. He can't help but wonder if there might still be a place for him in her heart. Awesome. So I'm excited. I'm excited to knock off another series off this long list of mine. And here's another one that I get to finish, which I'm really excited. This is probably one of the most anticipated books of the year for me. This is The Daughter of Rome by Angela Hunt, which I have actually started, and it was supposed to be finished for this past Monday. It's not going to happen, but it will be for next Monday's book review. But this is the third and last book in the Emissaries series by Angela Hunt, and book 1 and 2 were my top books, one of the top books of each year, last year and in 2023. So they're kind of interconnected standalones because we're going to see characters from each one. This is about Calandra in Rome, and she helps her father, a sculptor, complete the most significant commission of his illustrious career. But then a catastrophic fire nearly destroys the imperial city, leaving Calandra reliant on a group of Christians, unusual individuals unlike any she has encountered before. Intrigued by their worship of the son of an invisible god, Calandra grapples with her mistrust, only to find herself indebted to these believers as they help her rebuild her shattered world. So I'm really excited because, as I said, book 1 and book 2 were like my top books of the year. So I'm really excited to get to this one. I think it's going to be great. All right, and then I have 2 more down here. I don't know if there's any more upstairs. If there is, I will be filming upstairs as well. I have Dawn of Grace by Jill Eileen Smith. And this is Mary Magdalene's story. So I love Jill Eileen Smith. She's one of my favorite authors. I've read the majority of her books. I still think there's like a few that I need to read in her backlist. Probably like maybe 4. She's written a lot. But this is about Mary Magdalene. She has known fear and loss at a level so deep she has no hope of surfacing. Bound to the demons within her and incapable of freeing herself, Mary walks in shadow, until one day she encounters a healer, a rabbi who is radically different from the religion leaders and family members who can do nothing to help her. One touch from Jesus, and Mary is never the same. So I'm really excited. Mary Magdalene is a very interesting story in the Bible. So I'm really excited to see where Jill Eileen Smith takes us. And then the last one that I have is Jamie Joe Wright's newest release, which is Tempest at Annabelle's Lighthouse. And I'm really excited to see where this one goes. This one's a shiny cover too. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but this is probably the first cover of hers that has like this, I would say almost like a pearlescence. I don't know if you can tell because like the window's shining on it, but like it's not a shiny cover and it's not a matte cover. Like it's almost like a pearlescence. It's very different. Like I don't think I've ever seen a book like this. But this says, where the lighthouse no longer illuminates, ghostly lore and legends emerge. And this is 1874 and present day. In 1874, a battered woman awakens atop a forgotten gravesite by Lake Superior's southern shore. Identified only by the locket around her neck, inscribed with the name Rebecca, she seeks refuge with an elderly lighthouse keeper. But as Rebecca struggles to remember who she is, she finds herself haunted by the lingering memories of Annabelle, a mysterious woman who perished in the lake's unforgiving waves years earlier. And then present day, author and researcher Shay Radcliffe escapes to the lighthouse outside a historic Michigan mining town to seek clarity about her failing marriage. Instantly drawn to the lighthouse's landlord, Shay contends with the legend of Annabelle's vengeful ghost and superstitious community that has buried the truth about a current murder. As the secrets harbored around Annabelle's lighthouse unravel, Shane must navigate a fight between torn loyalty, self-discovery, and the haunting forces of love. That sounds amazing. I think that's going to be so good. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for Jamie's new release. It's going to be great. All right, so those are all the books that I have down here. Then we can go upstairs now and see if I have any other ones. I think there's only a few upstairs, if I'm not mistaken, but we can, you know, figure all that out once we get upstairs. I'm back upstairs, and I think there's only 2 more that I'm going to mention because I think any other new ones that I got, I already talked about in like my end of the month wrap up, so I figured I would just skip over those. But I did get Winter's Maiden by Morgan Albusy, which I don't think I talked about in a book haul. This is book 1 in the Nordic Wars, and I actually got this one because, well, number one, it was like only like $4 or $8 on Amazon. It was ridiculous, but it was actually a gift from one of my friends on Facebook, and so she ended up gifting me this, which I'm really excited about. And then the other one was a giveaway from Ellie Richmond, and I could have requested her newest book, but I don't own The Locket's Revenge, which is the sequel to The Mermaid's Tale. And so I was like, I really want The Locket's Revenge. So she gladly sent this one to me, and I'm so excited because I did read book 1. I probably will have to reread book 1 because I really don't remember anything about it. But I'm really excited. Ooh, it has a map in here too. Ooh, nice. I love a good map. Looks like she could have done that herself, actually. I don't know. I'll have to ask her if she actually did the map because definitely hand-drawn, you can tell. But super cool. I love the map in the front there. But yes, I am so thrilled to have this one on my bookshelf, and I believe it is signed because I did ask her to sign it for me. I always do. Yes, so love that. Love that. So yay, really excited. So those are the last 2 books that I have for the book haul. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what was the last book you hauled, whether it's a library or if you purchased it, or gifted if it was gifted to you. I'd love to know down in the comments. I love talking with you. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video.